Well, hi again, you guys. Welcome to another edition of Curtis Collects Vinyl Records. This is going to be sort of an interesting or different format because I'm going to use it as a welcome to people who care to join a new Facebook group I started called Jazz Record Collectors. I got news in early 2018 that an organization that was fairly well known in the record collecting area, especially in the jazz world, called the International Association of Jazz Record Collectors, is defunct. It is going away. They're dissolving the organization. They had a really wonderful quarterly journal that came out with wonderful articles, and I really think that the easiest thing for people to do now, with the advent of the internet and Facebook, and especially the Facebook group feature, is to share their passion and love for collecting jazz records in that format. So if you've stumbled upon this from the Facebook page, or if you've come across this as a regular viewer of Curtis Collects Vinyl Records, either way, great. I really have no business talking about jazz records. I'm certainly not an expert on any format, let alone jazz. I'm just more of a passionate record collector. That's all I can describe myself. I have many, many thousands of records. Most of the jazz records in my collection, I inherited from my dad. My dad, that was his favorite format. He had so many great records, and I have no idea how great the records are that he gave me, but we'll go through some of them. So then we're going to play a song by one of my all-time favorite performers, Kenny Burrell. He's sitting in with Jimmy Smith on this record. We'll get to it. It's really cool. So just kind of as a sample, this is kind of what we do. So this was one of my dad's records. It's on Black Lion. It's Teddy Wilson, Moonglow. So I'm just going to go through these records and show what I have. It's just a kind of a tip of the iceberg. I'm not going to get too deep into when they were released, where they were produced. I know a little bit about this from my friend Joe, who has taught me a lot about jazz records. Now, this was recorded live at the Montreux Jazz Festival. This is another Teddy Wilson record called Runnin' Wild. And I'll glance at the back of this while I'm showing this to you. This was from the 1973 festival. Here's the great himself, Paul Gonsalves, with Rain Ants. Just a sitting and a rockin'. Boy, they're doing some great things here. This was from recorded at National Studios, New York City, 1970. It's on Black Lion as well. Who else plays on this? Ray Nance, Norris Turney, Paul Gonsalves, Hank Jones, Raymond Full, Al Hall, Oliver Jackson. Cannonball Adderley and friends. Boy, he had friends. This is a terrific record. This is why I collect vinyl records. This is sort of what we're doing down here. Boy, Wes Montgomery, Lou Rawls is on this. Nancy Wilson. Unbelievable. I'm so lucky to have these records. Here's the, on Capitol, Why Am I Treated So Bad? The Cannonball Adderley Quintet. Wow, that's fantastic. Now we're getting deeper into my collection. This is Stanley Turrentine with Ron Carter, George Benson, and Freddie Hubbard on the CTI imprint. It's pretty glossy. I'll try to get out of the glare for you for that. George Benson on guitar, Ron Carter. Oh, jeez. Oh, my God. This would be a terrible thing for me to start out having some records fall out of my lap. All right, we'll keep moving. One of my all-time favorite guitarists, Kenny Burrell. We're going to play a song with Kenny Burrell featured on it. This is from one of his records. It's Kenny Burrell and the Jazz Guitar Band. Pieces of Blue and the Blues. Wow, I should just... Kenny Burrell, Rodney Jones, Bobby Broom, Dave Jackson, Kenny Washington. Here's another Kenny Burrell record I have on Concord. God Bless the Child. This is an unbelievable record. Very haunting. Boy, that's eerie to me. This is on CTI. So you're going to have on here, of course, Billy Cobham and Freddie Hubbard, Hubert Laws, and Ron Carter. Here is Kenny Burrell and John Coltrane. I really have no business even talking about these records. I know so little. Wow, this has got some damage, but that's okay. This is just kind of the tip of the iceberg. I hope I'm saying this right. Illinois Jacquet, The Message, with Kenny Burrell. Oh my gosh, look at that on Argo. Oh, that's fantastic. Here's Coltrane, His Greatest Years, Volume 3. Everybody has seen these classic photos, and especially this one. Great. Moving along, here's Billy Cobham's Glass Menagerie, Smokin'. Also recorded live at the Montreux Jazz Festival. This is also recorded live, and this is Billy Cobham again, Shabazz. And then my dad's all-time favorite, Billy Strayhorn. Here's Ray Nance again, and this is Duke Ellington's Jazz Violin Session. So let's play this song, and it features these great Jimmy Smith and the guys he assembled for this Atlanta Free Jazz Festival. Hope you like it. Okay. Wow. How fun is that? Be yourself. That is really cool. So, you guys, I'm not a jazz expert. I happen to know some really excellent artists in that field here in Chicago, but I'm more of a passionate collector. I lucked into, not lucked, but